today's little scene, I will use a variety of pencils, a smudging tool, and an eraser. Maybe another eraser as well. Don't know. Let's see what's going to go on in this one little scene. Let me quickly mute the stream. Okay. Now you're not going to hear me twice. Alright, so without further ado, let's go right into it with our frame. Just a little restriction to know where I'm going to draw, just roughly. Okay, let's have our horizon line right there. It's not gonna be visible today, but just as an orientation. And then let's go into the sky. Dark at the top, bright towards the horizon. Going left to right, all the way, not stopping in the middle, to not get edges. Get it as smooth as possible. Just do that a couple of times, twice, maybe 3 times, 4 times. However many times you feel like is going to give you a smooth sky, a smooth transition from the top to the bottom. Within the time that you have, of course. Set priorities in your life. It's okay to not do everything perfectly. In fact, I think it's better not to do everything perfectly. Do everything to an extent that gets the job done, so you're enabled to do other things as well. Because doing one thing perfectly takes way too much time out of the other necessary things you have to do. I think often we make that decision subconsciously to just be satisfied when something's good enough. But some of us really want to take it to the top and do everything perfectly. But doing one thing perfectly takes so much time that you can't do other things perfectly or to a necessary extent. So don't get too bothered about it. And go to the next step, which is the smudging tool. And again, going from one side to the other, starting from the top, working your way towards the horizon. Get rid of most of the lines. Make it a smooth sky. Okay. Next step is to take this eraser, or let's take this fine one today. Make some really small clouds in here that you can barely see, of course. Let me make it a little bit thicker and a little bit whiter. Let me get rid of all of the graphite on the page in that area so that you can see it. Okay. We're looking pretty much straight forward, just a little bit upwards. So these clouds are more or less horizontal. Let's have one up here. I'm going in circular motions. to get all sorts of bumps into this outline of the cloud. And so I don't have to think about the shape. It happens naturally if you just go in circular motions. It's going to be a cloud shape if you just do that. Okay. Now, for the shadow parts of the mountain, of the clouds, I'll just use the HB pencil and go along the lower side of the cloud. Also making irregular lines, really random. The less you think about them, the more natural they're going to look. Just follow the lower outline of the cloud. And leave some blank spaces in between so it looks three-dimensional. Okay, now take the smudging tool and pull some of this graphite up into the cloud. Maybe go along the long side of it. Just a little bit. No, I think going up is better. Gives you some structure. Don't go all the way up a really wide area at the top. Maybe here I can go horizontally and then up here go upwards. Okay. Now we're done with the clouds. The next thing I want to do is indicate some land masses. And in this case it's going to be a canyon, or maybe it's a mountain lake. So I've got one area, maybe right there. Another one's coming up here, just like a canyon or a fjord in Norway. And let's have another one. Maybe like this. Overlapping with the cloud for the nice three-dimensionality. Okay, now I'm going to erase this part of the sky. The parts that are covered by the land. Just get rid of all of that. Get rid of this part of the cloud. Okay. Knock off the eraser residue. Swipe it off very gently. If you have very subtle changes in value, I don't advise you to swipe anything off of your page, since you're going to just smudge it and it's going to get muddy. But if you don't care too much and the changes in value are bigger, then it doesn't really matter. Okay, now let's go in here the upper part of this part of land is going to be bright and the lower part is going to be dark. So let me just get this transition dark below and bright at the top. Should be darker though, so you can see it. Don't worry, I have that in mind. I'm going to make it darker so you can see it. So just like this and like this. And now I'm taking the 3B pencil to make it a little darker. Down here. Maybe there's something poking into the sea right there. A huge boulder. Maybe like that. Okay. Getting brighter towards the top. There's a recess right here where it gets darker again, and right here as well. So it's a little bit darker right there. And here also, and there. And it's darker here as well. Darker here. Brighter at the edge over there. This little edge has to be brighter, and behind it it's going to be darker. Like so. Okay, also it's darker at this edge. And here as well. Maybe like this. Okay, now let's have some structure in there. And some random lines here and there. Not much to be seen in the very distance. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Over here to the right. Gotta erase this part of the land behind it. And just go for the same effect. I'm not starting with the 3B pencil. I'll start with the HB pencil. and the left side is going to be brighter than the right side. So this time I'm going up and down instead of left and right, what I do in the sky. Just up and down, but the same thing applies. I apply more pressure at the right side and make the density of lines larger, make the lines closer together at the right side, and then put some space in between them on the left. Same applies for up and down. It's a little brighter upwards, so I do the same, just making it a little darker at the base of this cliff. Okay, now I will enhance this effect using the 3B pencil. I'm not going all the way to the left to leave the gradient that I made with the HB pencil, and down below just going across like this. Okay, now we have some structure here as well. Just going to draw in some lines with the 3B pencil right here at the edge. I'll use the HB pencil. Let's see what might be going on there. This could look out like this. Okay, so I need a little bit more gray right here, a little bit more right there. All right, some more lines in here. Can you see those? I think you can. Now also go horizontally to indicate another type of structure in this rock formation, just like slates or slabs, I should say. Huge slabs of whatever type of stone this is, granite, I don't know. Here's a huge slab, and there's one. Okay, and those are a little darker at the right side as well. And also at the bottom, but I'll do the right side for now. Like this, and like this. And right here, going to the HB pencil for the ones that are at the very edge. And I hope you can see that they stick out. All right. Let's go to the right then, using the same technique. I'm getting rid of those lines that are overlapping right here. Same thing, using the HB pencil, I make the left side of it darker, getting brighter as I go towards the edge. Just up and down. And now, again, I'm using the 3B pencil to get the values darker. Right here, at the very left. Going towards the edge, getting lighter there. Down here, make it darker as well. Okay. And then let's get some shapes in there. Maybe like this. And a little bit like this. Make the parts above those edges darker to indicate a recess. Just like this. And then let's get some more shapes in there. Maybe right there, right here, up there. That's my phone. Now with the 3B pencil, normally I put my phone on Do Not Disturb at any moment so it doesn't interrupt the streams, but right now I have some laundry in the washing machine, and I have a timer for when I have to take it out, so some messages are coming through. Okay. Now the left side of these volumes are darker again, just like on the other side. Going towards the opening of the canyon, it's brighter. And towards the edge of the drawing, it's darker. Take the 3B pencil for the ones right here. Okay, let's get some more random structure in there. Maybe there are some bushes, some plants hanging on to the rock. Let's see. Maybe right here. Doesn't really look like a bush. Let's get one more at the edge, like right here maybe. Let's see if we can make that look like a bush. Round about like this, maybe. Have all sorts of plants there. Let's have some more over here. It's not really distinct from the cracks in the stone. Doesn't really look like anything. Well, I tried and I failed, but whatever. Let's have something else then. Let's say there are some trees growing right at the edge, right here. Maybe that's going to give it a bit more detail. The detail I'm looking for. Okay, you're just seeing a black line right there. So I'm not going to go too much into detail with this, but I'm just drawing some evergreens right here. Okay, enough for that. Maybe one up here. Okay. Now, let's go for the lake, for the water surface. I'll use the HB pencil and just make the straight lines that we always make. Get rid of that bit of the mountain. And then horizontal lines. And in the middle there's going to be the reflection of the sun. Maybe it starts here. A little bit up there. And then this is where the reflection starts and goes all the way down there. So here I can just pull those lines through from the one side to the other. But over here I have to stop it in the middle. Let me extend this a little bit so I don't have to erase too much when I clean up the edges. Don't want to take away too much of this mountain later. Okay, just the usual horizontal lines. That's our trick for the water. And right here as well. Okay, making some areas darker now. This one's really dark right here. And leave some lighter areas as well. Want to get rid of the line structure here a little bit. You can see too many lines. Okay. Maybe a dark area down here. Let me use the 3B pencil for that to get it nice and dark. And the darker area over here. Maybe like so. Okay. Now I'm taking the HB pencil again and starting not at the very top, but in the upper half I make some sharp straight lines as horizontal as possible, as straight as possible. I'm making sure not to cover the entire space, the entire area with it, so it looks random. And there are different areas of wind going on across this surface of the water. Down here as well, going into the reflection, some lines go in there. And now I'll take the 3B pencil and do the same in those darker areas down here. Maybe for this one just over here, right there. Let me make it really dark so you can kind of see what I'm doing here, since I know you can't really see those fine lines in the recording. But maybe like this, you see there, it's darker there because I made many lines next to each other. Down here. Okay. That's it for today's scene. Let's clean up the edges. Let me pick that up later. Let's get this line as horizontal as possible. Okay. And over here, let's see how much I have to take away. I think this much to get a straight line. Yes, okay. Okay, and it's rather clean down there, so I don't have to straighten it up. Okay. Get rid of the rest right there. Okay. A little bit left right here. Okay. Now, thank you for joining me. I hope you learned something. Hope you were entertained, had some fun, got the motivation to get some work done or draw along. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.